It's recording now. What's going on? This is me, Lord Yaroslav, and I've noticed something. First of all, I hope you don't mind these fucking weird camera settings. It's just that I really love fucking around with my camera settings, in case you haven't noticed that. And I'm not doing this for any particular effect, just because I think it looks fucking epic. But I've noticed that every few days seems to be the rate at which I make YouTube videos, and they're usually in response to something which suits me just fine. In this video, this is going to be a short video, I'm not going to be talking about atheism versus theism or anything like that, what I usually talk about, but instead I'll be talking about something that Protean View brought up, and that is energy. Alright, Protean View, you make a very, first of all, I love what you're doing on YouTube, I love your work. You make a very interesting, interesting point in your video that we call the alternate sources of fuel, alternate, such as wind power and solar power. We call them alternative sources of fuel, even though they're more readily available and don't cause as much pollution and not in need of as much refining as our current sources of energy, which happen to be coal and oil. By the way, solar power is, think about it, not all that readily available, because in many places it's available only about 50% of the time, which is a lot less than can be said for oil and coal on a global scale. But aside from that, there are reasons that we currently use oil and coal, and that we haven't switched over to wind and solar, like you've suggested. Yeah, oil and coal cause pollution, they cause wars, they're not found in every single place of the world, but currently they're the most efficient. I mean that in the sense that you get more out of them, more bang for your buck. For wind energy and solar energy, yeah, they're nice, but they're green, but they, you don't really get much out of them. That's the reason we haven't switched over yet. And I think if we are to switch over to wind and solar, we should do a lot more research to make those more efficient, to get more energy out of them before we actually do that. And that is a noble goal, I think. I think humanity should aspire to something like that. But right now, as it stands, we are not there. And right now, this day and age, we should keep using coal and oil. Now, I'm going to recommend something to anyone who's watching this video. You're going to look at me like I'm fucking bonkers, whatever I can be sometimes. I'm going to recommend a game. Playing a game. It's not something you have to go out and buy, so you can do this if you have the internet. It's called Super Energy Apocalypse. You can probably find it on Google. I'll link it over there in the sidebar if you're too fucking lazy to look it up. And it's pretty easy to play. It's very entertaining, in my opinion, for one of those games you find on the internet. And if you have half a brain, then after having played it, you'll see immediately, maybe not immediately, but you'll see how that relates to this, and how insightful it really is. So yeah, those are my thoughts for today. Protean View, like I said, I love your work. Keep on keeping on. Peace out. Fuck off.